Even a 1-hour change in the clock can disrupt the body's circadian rhythms, especially when the clock springs forward. Charlie Riedel, APhide captiontoggle captionCharlie Riedel, APEven. A 1-hour change in the clock can disrupt the body's circadian rhythms, especially when the clock springs forward. The time change brings darker mornings and extends light in the evening. And some lawmakers want to make daylight saving time permanent, to avoid the disruption of constant switching. Senator Marco Rubio, R-Florida, who has introduced the Sunshine Protection Act of 2023, says the ritual of changing our clocks twice a year makes no sense and is stupid. He's joined by a bipartisan group of senators including Ron Wyden, D.R., and Edward Markey, D.Mass. The Senate unanimously passed a similar measure in 2022, but it did not get enough support in the House of Representatives. Now, Senator Rubio is trying again, pointing to the potential health and economic benefits. The key argument is, more light in the evening can prompt people to go out and spend more money at shops and restaurants. The health impacts have been more complicated to figure out. But in recent years, the springtime change has been linked to an increase in cardiac events, perhaps due to disrupted sleep. One study found an increase in hospitalizations for atrial fibrillation, a type of heart arrhythmia, in the days following the springtime transition to daylight saving time. I was very surprised, researcher and study author Dr. J. Chudow, a cardiologist at Montefiore Health, told NPR last year. It's just a 1-hour change, he says, but this shows how sensitive our bodies may be to circadian rhythm disruptions. Many doctors and scientists agree it's time to stop the twice-a-year time change, but they oppose legislation that would make daylight saving time permanent. Instead, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine and the American Medical Association both favor permanent standard time, which preserves morning light. Human circadian rhythms are very closely linked to the rising and setting of the sun, explains Jennifer Martin, a psychologist who is also PreSID. And she says our internal clock is not as well aligned during daylight saving time. Light in the morning is very important, she says. Restoring permanent, year-round standard time is the best option for our health and well-being, Martin says. Martin treats patients with sleep problems. When I work with folks who have insomnia, we work very hard to have a consistent time to get up in the morning. And that is much easier when it's light in the morning, Martin explains. The Senate has it backwards, says Dr. Pedram Navab, a neurologist and sleep medicine specialist in Los Angeles.